Welcome to COWIC and the press conference regarding Hire1000. As many of you know, back in the late summer, we had an initiative that was launched called Hire1000, and the goal was to hire at least 1,000 individuals in our community in sustainable jobs, individuals who maybe would not have an opportunity to get in front of employers. And so we really wanted to give them an opportunity to go to various neighborhoods and go before the employers at expos so that they could then present themselves and their skills and get a job. Well, we're happy to announce that we were very successful with reaching our goal. And we have our leadership of the City of Columbus and Franklin County to thank for this tremendous effort. And I also want to thank my staff who really pulled out all the stops. I want to thank Mayor Coleman. We have Commissioner Brooks here today. We have Councilmember Priscilla Tyson, who has been extremely supportive along the way. As have all the other commissioners and leadership in the City of Columbus and Franklin County. I also want to thank all our partners here at COWIC. We have some 20 different organizations who have staff here who really stepped up and helped with this initiative. You know, it's not an easy feat to be given a challenge and asked to go out throughout the city and hold 5 expos, large expos, bring together employers with jobs, real jobs, and get people job ready, ready to step up, get them recruited, get them interviewed, and then find out whether or not they got that job. And we did that, and I'm very proud of that. So at this time, I'd like to turn the program over to Mayor Coleman. Mayor Coleman has been a champion in this initiative. He has been supportive of COWIC since day one, as have the commissioners and all the council members and all the other elected officials here in the community. We couldn't ask for better support. But Mayor Coleman, this was really his brainchild, and put the challenge before us, and we stepped up to the plate. So at this time, let me bring one of COWIC's champions, Mayor Michael B. Coleman.
Thank you very much. You know, a few months ago, and we still are, in the throes and the heat of a recession, in the throes and the heat of unemployment. People in our city, in other cities, and in the state of Ohio without jobs. And sometimes those folks are hopeless. They have dreams that are not being fulfilled, and all they want is an opportunity to succeed and get a paycheck. And we were in a tough time, and we have been in a tough time. And so I called Suzanne Coleman-Tolbert, who I call the jobs lady, and said, you know what? We have to make a special effort to go out into those neighborhoods where sometimes maybe employers don't go. And in the city of Columbus, while we have unemployment levels that are lower than the rest of the state, and in fact right now it's 6.6%, and other parts of the state is in double digits. The state of Ohio hovers between 9 and 8%. And while we're blessed with a lower unemployment rate, there are neighborhoods in the city of Columbus where the unemployment rate is in double digit. And I said, Suzanne, we have to reach out to those neighborhoods. And let's put on some job expos and get employers to go into these neighborhoods and hire 1,000 people by the end of the year. We said, 1,000 people, that's a lot of people. I said, well, we got a couple of months to do it. And Suzanne Coleman-Tolbert came back to COWIC and to the staff and said, all hands on deck. Let's make this work. And through 5 expos, the north, south, east, and west part of central Columbus, where you have the highest unemployment rates. We set a goal for 1,000 people to be hired. And I'm here to announce today that we've hired nearly 1,200 people during that period of time by the end of the year. Congratulations, COWIC. This was an incredible achievement in that 79 employers participated. On that first day at the Columbus Metropolitan Library, I walked in and saw nearly 1,000 people just lined up, waiting for a job with their resumes. And those who didn't get a job were following up on them as well. And through 5 areas all across the city of Columbus, and through the help of the Department of Development, City Recreation and Parks, community organizations like King Arts Complex and St. Stephen's Community House for providing those expos, 1,200 people were hired. Now, that's just not 1,200 people. That's 1,200 families. 1,200 families in this city now have a paycheck when before they did not. And so what you did, and what COWIC did, and what this wonderful partnership accomplished was turning hope into reality and a dream into a paycheck. What better way to begin our city's bicentennial this year, 2012, than to have accomplished this feat that some said could not be accomplished of hiring over 1,000 people, in this case, nearly 1,200 people in the city of Columbus. Now, what that says is that when we put our mind to it, we can get the job done. And while I'm not here today to announce the next effort, there will be a next effort. And we're going to get together, we're going to figure it out, and we're going to move forward, because in 2012, we have to do better than 2011. So I thank Suzanne Coleman-Tolbert, I thank all of you at COWIC, and I thank all of those 79 employers who had the faith to go into these neighborhoods and the confidence to hire 1,200 people that up to this point did not have a job. So thank you very much. We'll continue this trend. And I'm going to introduce one of our partners, Commissioner Paula Brooks from the Franklin County Commission. Paula?
Well, good morning. I don't know anybody in this country that can take a dream, an idea, and turn it into reality better than Mayor Mike Coleman. Let's give him a huge round of applause. But, you know, we have a lot of work left to do, and I know you're still up for it. 2012 is going to be a great year, and on behalf of my colleagues, Marilyn Brown and John O'Grady, we look forward to seeing even more goals and dreams turned into reality. I heard Senator Sherrod Brown speak about a week and a half ago at our State County Commissioners Association meeting. And he, at that time, announced that there's great concern about our returning Iraq veterans. In the ages 20 to 24, we've got 22% unemployment among those young men and women who are returning from that incredible service to our nation. So I'd like to throw out this year an opportunity for all of us to reach out to those men and women who have served their nation, and let's make sure that there's not one unemployed veteran. And I know we're already working on that, but we can do better. We have to redouble our efforts for every single veteran. And I thank you as well for this incredible achievement that the mayor has announced today. 1,200 families with food on the table, 1,200 families with hope. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Now look, we can't do anything that's good for this community without the support of City Council. And you need visionary leaders like Priscilla Tyson to take the point on many of these difficult issues that we're faced with in the city of Columbus. So I'd like to bring Priscilla Tyson up, who head of our finance committee, helped provide the resources to make this happen.
This is a wonderful day in the city of Columbus. To have almost 1,200 jobs for individuals in our community is astounding. As the mayor stated, jobs mean really stabilization. When a person has a job, they can take care of their families, stabilize their household, get health care, and move their lives forward. So I want to first of all say thank you to the mayor and his team for these efforts, because of his visionary idea to move this forward. 1,200 people, close to 1,200 people, now have hope and now can go home and take care of their families. I want to thank the commissioners for their ongoing efforts to support jobs and economic development. But most importantly, I want to thank Suzanne Tolbert and Suzanne Coleman-Tolbert and her staff, the people that are sitting in this room and they're out in this facility. Because without you, it couldn't have been done. And when we heard 1,000 jobs in the economy that we have today, and we recognize how difficult it is for individuals to find jobs, and then to look at the neighborhoods in which we were looking to have people be employed, we know that is even a more difficult task. But COWIC met the challenge. I want to thank, and particularly Joe Young, and I want to thank Teresa G. for the work that they did. They led these efforts, and it's not easy to do this. Let's thank them. I want to thank the employers who stepped up to the plate, because certainly it wasn't that they had to, but they had jobs. They needed people to fill those jobs, and they needed someone to begin to match the people with the jobs. And that's where COWIC came in with the mayor's idea. So I certainly want to thank, I know the two employers that are sitting here today. I want to thank Jim Phillips from Teleperformance, who hired over 135 people. And I want to also thank Melinda from Safe Light, who I think they hired over 300 people. And these are full-time permanent jobs. These aren't temporary jobs, they're full-time jobs. On Columbus City Council, we certainly want to continue to be your partner. We know how important jobs are. Jobs are a #1 priority for Columbus City Council, and it certainly is a priority of mine. And so with that, I want to say we want to continue to help you grow jobs, support you in doing that, continue to support our community so they will continue to grow. And I just want to say thank you so much, because you certainly are a blessing to so many people and so many families. Thank you, and God bless you. And look forward to working with you in 2012. Thank you.
Mayor, Commissioner, Council Member, and my colleague, Director McKnight, thank you very much for your support back there. Alan McKnight with Recreation and Park. We've talked about the employers and how important it was to have them as partners. What I'd like to do is to bring them up to the podium and to say a few words about their experiences. We really could not have done this without the 79 employers who stepped up. And we have 2 champions with us this morning. So I'd like to bring up Jim and Melinda. You could come up and give some remarks.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Safe Flight is headquartered in Columbus, and we are delighted to partner for the Hire1000 initiative. We hired several hundred people in the last quarter of 2011, but more importantly, we are committed to hiring in 2012 as well. We will be hiring over 100 people in January and over 100 people in February and throughout 2012. So we would just want to express our thanks to all of you for your help and partnership for us to help build our business and to help employ Columbus. So thank you especially to Joanne, Mayor Coleman, and COWIC for all of your assistance. We appreciate it.
Teleperformance was very excited to be invited to be part of the mayor's initiative for Hire1000. Partnering with COWIC the last 3 months has provided Teleperformance an opportunity to reach out to hundreds of qualified applicants that were eager to jumpstart their careers and have the needed experience coming in the doors that Teleperformance is looking for. With today's job market, partnering with organizations like COWIC are critical for any employer looking to expand its operations. In Columbus alone, we employ over 2,000 employees, and we are continuing to grow. And with help from Suzanne and groups like COWIC, we will continue to expand the Columbus market. The professionalism in which COWIC presented the Hire 1000 was exceptional. The different areas of Columbus in which the job fairs were offered created and provided us with a very diverse workforce and applicant pool in which to choose from. And yes, if you heard that Teleperformance offered Mayor Coleman a position, it is very true. It was a very close election, as we all know. Through the Hire 1000 initiative, Teleperformance was able to hire 135 candidates for career positions, entry-level, career-oriented positions. I've been with Teleperformance for 14 years, started as an entry-level employee. Thank you to everyone at COWIC, Suzanne, Joanne Young, and Teresa G. Exceptional to work with. Their help, their professionalism was exceptional. To Mayor Coleman's office and everyone within the organization, thank you very much.
Look, come over here, just right, come over here, and Joe and Teresa, come on up here too. You need special recognition. Come on up here now. Stand up here. Come on up here. Now stand up here. All right. Get right up here. Right up here. Right there. These folks are the key to, and you folks are the key to getting this done. You know, we got a long way to go. We did a big thing. It was a big deal. In 90 days to hire, in this case, 1,200 people. And an effort that was up and running within a week of saying we need to get it done. And then to get 79 employers and all those families and all the work that went into getting this thing done, you know, we still have an unemployment rate of 6.6%. And while that is lower than any other city in the state of Ohio, and we need to be proud of that fact, we still have to get people jobs and work hard to get people's jobs. So we want to get that 6.6% down lower and lower and lower, because this is our bicentennial year. This is the best year in the city of Columbus. And we're going to work harder to get that done with these folks all working together in partnership. Thank you.